Welcome to the Little Hut Podcast and Brown on Cleveland. Brown, Brown, Brown. That damn Brown on Cleveland. Friday evening. Welcome inside the hut. Yeah. Shake your pom-poms, shake your pom-poms. Damn it. Shake your pom-poms on this Friday evening. Yeah. Welcome to the Little Hut Podcast with yours truly, Brown, Brown, Brown. That damn Brown on Cleveland is Brown, Self, and maybe little Kimmy may appear tonight. I don't know because she always has an attitude, and I think she's upset with me, so she may not appear this evening inside the hut. Hopefully, you guys have had a great week. It's Friday evening. Some of you guys got paid. Some of you guys got, and I won't say that. But anyway, welcome inside the Little Hut podcast. Tonight we have another fantabulous show, and I know that you guys will enjoy it. So before we go on, as always, I got to say hello to my sponsors. Why? Because they take care of me the way I take care of them. So, first and foremost, if you're looking for a single home, duplex, commercial property, new development, please reach out to Aletha Johnson of Dream Team Realty at 216 375 3681. Now, campaign season is here. If you're looking for political t shirts, hoodies, it's going to be cold, jackets, tumblers, mugs, team uniforms, whatever your need may be, reach out to Angie Marie of New Beginnings 1111 Creation. Her number is 216 395 7335, and she's really close. She's located over in Maple Heights. So listen, her turnaround is quick. Contact her, and she will definitely take care of you and your team on election day. Also, if you're hungry, don't forget about Flavor Southern Cuisine located in Garfield Heights. The address is 12540 Rockside Road. And if you own a daycare, don't forget that if you need someone to cater your breakfast or your lunch or both for the little people, mhm, call Rhonda Stubbs at 216 510 0919. And of course, Fridays are always brought to you by the re election team of Matt Burt for mayor for the city of Garfield Heights. So shake your pom poms for Burt. Shake your pom poms, damn it. Shake your pom poms. Brown on Cleveland. Also, I want you to pay attention to the scroll. The scroll, the scroll, the scroll. Now, if you see the names on the scroll, then of course these are people that maybe I support, maybe I don't, but I do know this. They are supporting the Brown Report newspaper. We got 7,500 papers that will be on the ground probably next Monday. They're at the printer next Monday, so I need to ride somewhere and go get them. But listen, the papers are going to be hot, 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 hot. The front cover, woo! Call the fire department because there's a lot of burning going on, Brown on Cleveland. But hey, our paper is always centered around do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help me God, because this is what we do here inside the Little Hut podcast. All right, so let's go ahead and get this thing started tonight. So first of all, I want to talk about um, P. Diddy, Sean Diddy Combs. And the only reason why I'm going to mention him tonight is because we know that he got sentenced tonight and he got 4 years and 2 months. And he probably won't serve the entire time because, you know, He's going to be on his best behavior. And on top of that, he's now teaching a business course, to his fellow inmates, which in fact I think is so great because this guy has done phenomenal things. And no, I am not excusing what he's done. I'm just saying he has a brain of a genius and nobody can take that from him. But here's something I want to read to you right quick. This is something that his lawyer stated to CNN. He said this, listen real carefully. He said, people get, God forbid, falsely accused of a crime. They go to trial. They have all the witnesses testify. Credibility is determined. The jury reaches a verdict and finds in their favor. And then they get sentenced for the same exact conduct that the jury found that they did not commit, still said. It seems un-American. The reason why I'm bringing that up is because if you listen to the last podcast, I talked about some trumped up charges against myself regarding a TPO that was filed on me. I'm being open, I'm being transparent. And the system of which we live, people that you don't even know, people that you never even had a conversation with, people that you have never seen before in your life, but by walking by or passing by, or people watching you on a podcast. For some reason, they think that they know you and they don't. Because you see me, that doesn't mean you know me. You have no relations with me, none whatsoever. But people, these type of people, they will get upset. They will go to the court and they will file trumped up false charges against you. So let me say this and be clear to people. When people file anything false against you, do not allow them to silence you. Do not allow them to frighten you. This is America. You stand up for yourself. However it goes down, you make sure that you fight. And I'm not talking about literally. I'm not talking about being physical. So I want to be very clear with my words. But you make sure that you stand up for yourself. Do not allow anyone to go to court and file false charges on you. Historically speaking, this has happened to a lot of Black and brown people. Today we have a lot, too many Black men in prison because someone has told an untruth about them. And because they cannot afford a real, and I'm going to say this, a real attorney, a real lawyer, they got a public defender. This is the reason why they are behind bars. But then years and years and years go by, and they finally catch the attention of a real attorney who will do pro bono work for them to set a person free. And the sad part about it is because people have spent years and years and years in prison because of trumped up lies. And I know the people who listen to this podcast, be it that I have one listener or 6,000 listeners, depending on the subject matter. You always hear me talk about Emmett Till. And this particular story is history. It always resonates with me because here you had, and these are for people who like to tell lies on people. This is for you. If you knew your history, you would do no such a thing. Here you have a 14-year-old who goes to visit his uncle and auntie in Money, Mississippi. The young man is brutally killed, all because of a lie, because of a falsehood, because of an untruth. The storekeeper's wife told her husband that the young black man flirted with her. And that was definitely a no no. Not only was it a no no, but it was a downright egregious lie. And because of that lie, Carolyn Bryant is the cause of Emmett Till being dragged outside of his uncle's cabin, being beaten to death, and pulled in the swamp. Be careful about the lies you tell on people. Be very careful about that. Now, this is election 2025. And I always say this: when you mind my business, I'm damn sure going to mind your business. So, a couple of days ago, it was brought to my attention that I had some people on social media who don't know anything about Kimberly Brown. The only thing you know about Kimberly Brown is what you see on this podcast. That's it. The only thing you know about Kimberly Brown is if you watch National Fox News, maybe you'll catch me in the early morning giving my 2 cents on nonsense regarding politics. And that's not every month. Sometimes it may be once, twice, or 3 times a year. But you don't know me. You may see a picture of me in the Brown Report newspaper, but you don't know me. You may see me on billboards, but you still don't know me. But I still got people out there minding my business. So here's the funny part. I was looking at this post that somebody sent me, and the conversation was of such. Well, why they dragging me and dragging me and dragging me and dragging me and know nothing about me. Nothing about how I made history in this here United States of America. Nothing about how I helped a family get a case reopened because their son was murdered. And it was Kimberly Brown who stood up here in Cuyahoga County and got that case open, but not only got it open, got the man who did it and got him charged with manslaughter. And the man is in prison today. See, that's Kimberly Brown. If you want to know, just ask. So here's the funny part, right? So the conversation was pretty much like this, because the topic tonight is, do you know how to stand a loss in political campaigns? So they was dragging me and dragging me and dragging me and talking about, well, you know, she ran for office several times and she lost every single one. Listen, dum-dum, sure did. It's the truth. I'm not ashamed of it. And I never went to court after I lost talking about somebody harassed me. I never went to court after I lost talking about I want to file a TPO because somebody is stalking me. So let me break this down to you. In 2009, Kimberly F. Brown ran for mayor for the city of Cleveland. Sure did, sure did, sure did. You see, in the city of Cleveland, you got to get 3,000 signatures to get on the ballot. And in some of y'all cities, y'all only need like 25 signatures. You can't compare what I've done to what you're trying to do. So not only did I run for mayor for the city of Cleveland, it was 2 women and 3 guys. And when we were running for mayor, It was one of the most exciting situations I've ever been in my life. It was such an eye opener. It allowed me to meet all of the players, not just in the city of Cleveland, but across Cuyahoga County. You see, I had the opportunity to do something that my haters didn't have the opportunity to do and still can't do because you don't live in Cleveland. See, Cleveland is the whale, the suburbs are minnows. But I had the opportunity to sit down with some of the most wealthiest people in the region and share my ideas. I had the opportunity to sit down with some of the most high profile CEOs in the region to talk about my ideas. I had the opportunity to sit on the stage at the City Club and join a forum with other intellects and talk about how we can make Cleveland a better place to live. See, that's an opportunity. You'll never get that opportunity because some people rather be a crybaby than understand the opportunities of sitting at the table with certain people. It is damn sure a pleasure and a joy, and it's so rewarding. If you don't believe me, go ask Harriet Tubman. I know you can't because she ain't here. But it's groundbreaking, it's thought-provoking, it's so profound. And when I ran for mayor, since y'all in my business, I didn't come in last, sweetie. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. It was a great experience to run against somebody like the great Frank G. Jackson. And I'm not talking about his work. I'm talking about running against a man that had hundreds of thousands of dollars to sit there and talk about your platform and have a conversation with him. That's rewarding. You don't understand the concept of running for office and all of the greatness that goes with it, even if you're not the chosen one. It's the experience that makes the difference. But only if you have intellect, you will understand it. A dum-dum can never understand the opportunities of what it is to run for office. But yeah, it was great. So yeah, I lost it. And guess what? Frank Jackson, being the whale, he killed us with them numbers. He sure enough did. And you know the funny part about it? I remember the Scene magazine. This is the part the dummies don't know why they trying to drag me and drag me and drag me because I lost races. Sure did lose. The Scene magazine, I remember the next day after the election, they didn't pick on anybody but Kimberly Brown. This is what they wrote about me, and I was upset for a minute, but then I said, you know what? Damn, why are they talking about me? Because I gave them one hell of a show. They said this. They said, Miss Brown, they said, if I were you, I would not go and buy that new dress for a celebratory. That's what the reporter said. But out of everybody who was trying to run for mayor and we made the ballot, I was the one that they gave the acknowledgement to. And as I thought about it, I said to myself, I said, Self, why are they talking about you? She said, because you were the one who stood out as an executive. But you got to understand, there's a machine. The machine is called the Democrat Party. You not part of that mess, but you was blessed enough to make the ballot and share your ideas. So let me show you an idea that I shared that nobody in the region has. And I mean nobody. Because if they did have it, crime wouldn't be so high across the region. So while you're talking about me, let me share this with you. Kimberly Brown is the only one in the region with a safety plan on how to take care of the thug culture that's negatively impacting our communities. You see all this right here? Education matters. This is a step-by-step guide. I bet you don't have it. So the next time you decide to drag me and drag me and drag me, talk about a plan that I have that no one else in the region have. Why? Because education matters. The other thing is this. Let me tell you about another race. Now, if you live in Cleveland Ward 1, you know that I ran for council person against Terrell Pruitt. Show enough did, show enough did, show enough did. And Terrell Pruitt won. But it doesn't matter that he won because guess who was keeping the neighborhood clean? My biggest issue with the Pruitt administration is that I didn't like Ward 1 looking like a trash can. So I stayed on that brother heels. I sure enough did. And everybody could tell you that camp was very nervous. But here's what I didn't do. I didn't walk around cussing at him, talking about, I got this be bothered. I don't do stuff like that. Run the race. May the best person win. Or sometimes it's not the best person. It's the person that the machine is pushing. So yes, why you dragging me and dragging me and dragging me, trying to make fun of me and fun of me? No, Terrell Pruitt, yep. He won. He sure did. And the plain dealer, guess what? Talked about Brown on Cleveland like never before. But I didn't go to court talking about, he's stalking me. None of that stuff. It's a race. It's competition. It's called politics. Understand the game. If you too soft, you don't need to be running for office. So then I ran against Joe Jones. Joe Jones is the favorite always. He's going to win this time too. Cleveland Ward 1, love them some damn Joe Jones. And when I ran against Joe Jones, I was hanging out with one of my pastor buddies, and he looked at me one day. We was having lunch, and he said, Brown, I said, what? He says, don't nobody want no Fannie Lewis in Cleveland Ward 1. I said, what? What does that mean? He says, you are too firm. And people don't really like firmness. I said, I just want to clean up. I just want to clean up my area. I just want to make sure we have plans that are viable and successful. He says, Brown, but they let him some Joe Jones. Sure do. And Kim Brown lost that one too. See, I'm not ashamed because the only shame that comes from is when you talk out the side of your neck, but you ain't bold enough to put your name out there. You're not bold enough to see or allow people to see what they're working with. You ain't bold enough to run because you don't understand about defeat. Political campaigns are just like any NBA sport. Somebody's going to come on top. Somebody's going to come on bottom. Can you handle it? Could you ever imagine, LeBron James running to court because, the Lakers got beat by the Cleveland Cavaliers? Do you know everybody would laugh at him? It's a sport. If you can't handle being competitive, you don't need to be in this race. But let me show you something that happened to me in Cleveland Ward 1. This is crazy, right? I'm going to show you guys something. Here's a yard sign. One of my yard signs that I had in Cleveland Ward 1 race with Joe Jones, as you see, is filled with bullet holes. Bullet holes. Somebody shot up my yard sign. Showed it. And I keep it as a souvenir. Now, I could have done a lot. I could have cried boo-hoo. I could have gone to the courts. I could have said, Joe, did you do it? No, I didn't do any of that. I got this as a souvenir because it shows the sweat equity that I had to endure. It shows how much and the sacrifices I made. So if you think I'm going to be upset about you dragging me and dragging me and dragging me and dragging me, talking about she ran it, she lost, that's the truth. No reason to be upset. But I just wanted to address you. So do me a favor that anybody who wants to tell that story, please tell it right because you heard it from me, Brown on Cleveland. The other thing, let's talk about this. If you lose, you got to figure out how do you take your loss and use it as a stepping stone for future successes. How do you cultivate your resilience? How do you ignite your passion for public service? Once again, do you embrace it or do you run? No. You embrace it. Sharpen your skills. Maybe the political seat is not for you. Maybe God has another plan. See, because I didn't figure this thing out. God says, you know what, Brown? I said, what? He says, I don't want you in a seat because you are not one of those go along, get along type of individuals. He says, see, you're like Harriet Tubman. You're going to tell them off and you're just going to get the job done. So that's not for you. He says, where I want you to stay in media. He says, I want you to be a political consultant. That's why I'm 16 and 0. Because I have studied the process. I have studied city charter. There are a lot of things I know that council people and mayors don't even know about their own city. You got to find a fit for you. Not get upset and have a damn temper tantrum like somebody stole your damn bicycle. Do something. Use the same energy that you use to drag and drag and drag and drag and drag somebody and do something positive. That's crazy. The hate, the mental abuse, the challenges. You all jacked up and messed up. Any candidate out here who's running, who's upset because they didn't make the general or they think they're going to lose, you have already lost. The seat is nothing. It's about the work. It's the work that you put in. I have several friends who have run for office and did not get the seat. But I tell you this, the person who got the seat can hold a candle to the one who had to be defeated. Understand your purpose. Let's go on. Do you guys remember the race between Shontel Brown and Nina Turner? Y'all remember that one? That one was absolutely brutal. It was so brutal that the pastors went on television and they spoke with the media and they just was asking that both camps just stop. It was brutal. I could never imagine former Senator Nina Turner going somewhere trumping up lies on my congresswoman because she was defeated. You see, because Turner can hold her own. That lady is all over the country speaking on mainstream media. She's highly requested. She's doing what God wants her to do. You take the defeat and you turn it into something successful for you. This is what you do. If you're going to cry and drag and drag and drag, sweetie, this ain't for you. I remember one of the funniest races, and I'm going here. You tell my business, I'm damn sure going to tell yours. Do y'all remember when Annette Blackwell tried to run for county executive in Cuyahoga County? And I do mean tried. She tried to run, and her campaign didn't last any more than 48 hours. 48 hours. That was one of the worst run campaigns I ever seen in my entire life. And no, I was not the campaign manager because had I been the campaign manager, she would be county executive. But she hired some people who didn't look like us or look like me. And she thought that she was going to be a little slick with it. But as soon as she launched her campaign, the plain dealer put her in shame. They let her know that when she launched her campaign the same day, she fumbled. And she fumbled so bad that the people that I guess she was hiring to work on her campaign, they all scattered like a bunch of cockroaches on cheese. Just like if you turned on the lights, the cockroaches ran and they started blaming each other. Well, this person didn't communicate with me. This person didn't talk to me. I don't know what's going on. But it was a fiasco. The worst campaign in the history of Cuyahoga County. Mind my business, I'm going to remember your business. And she bowed out. She bailed out and went back home in shame. So why you dragging me and dragging me and dragging me? Remember that fiasco. Your campaign lasted 24, maybe 48 hours, and they sent you back home. Let's go on. Let me give you some more history. Do you guys remember the late, great Fannie Lewis? Yeah, Fannie Lewis. Fannie Lewis, she ran 10 times. History. She ran 10 times, meaning that she lost 9, but on that 10th one, she won. And she was probably one of the best council persons to ever serve in the history of the city of Cleveland, Ohio. So she didn't get mad. She didn't get upset like somebody stole her damn bicycle. She got back on the bicycle over and over and over and over and over again until she became victorious. See, because she continued to work in the community. She continued to sharpen her skills. She didn't sit down and whine. She did what she came to do. And again, she was one of the best, efficient, and effective councilwomen, in my opinion, within the city of Cleveland, Ohio. Brown on Cleveland. So I'm telling you, you can't shame somebody as great as me. Everything I have accomplished in this region, all of that, you just, you know what I'm saying? You just want to be me. Don't try to be me. Be yourself. The other thing is this: campaigns are fun. They're very competitive. Some people, they run their campaigns on endorsements. In my world, I don't give a crap about really endorsements. I care about people who are qualified, people who are willing to simply do the work, people who understand that when you go into your council meeting and you're on the council floor with your colleagues, it's not about if I like you or I don't. It's about what's best for the citizens, our constituents, our business owners, and stakeholders. And if any conversation is not about them, you really ought not be part of that mess. Mess brings stress. It's not really necessary. Half of you guys act like you got to go to dinner with people, right? You got to go to the house with people. You got to have breakfast with people. You don't. You don't. I can't stand bootlickers. I can't. If that class was offered in school, I guarantee you, I would have received an F every single time. And they probably would just, kick me out of the class because that's just something I don't do. I don't kiss no ASS. I just can't do it. That's not what these public seats are for. It's about working on behalf of the community. Brown on Cleveland. Campaigns are hard. They're costly. You got people out here tearing up banners. You got people out here purposely walking over and stealing people's signs and throwing them in the middle of the street. And you're asking yourself, how come, you know, I'm not the chosen one? People see you. You may think that they don't know who's doing it. We know who's doing it across the board. We just can't prove it. You got people who are being terminated from their jobs, and they're saying that it's all politically connected. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. If it is, I think it's extremely wrong that people would go that far and mess up someone's livelihood over a man made title, a man made seat. It doesn't make any sense to me. But here's the thing that gets me. Here's what gets me. When I reflect on the history of Black people and how far we have come, and I reflect on everything that our ancestors they have fought for us to be able to sit at certain tables, us to be able to be in the driver's seat when it comes to what we want to see as community members. We already know the playing field is not fair, and it may never be fair. Anybody who knows me knows that I am now, a senior citizen. I just don't look like one, but I'm almost near 100 years old. And it's a shame that we have people who say that they want to serve their community when all they're doing is destroying the community by their actions and their reactions. And everything they do causes chaos, conflict, and confusion. They don't tell the truth. But we didn't have people who fought for us and died for us so we can have a better life today than what our ancestors had yesterday. As African Americans, Blacks, whatever you want to call us, my great grandmother used to say colored um, because we're so many different colors. We should be ashamed of ourselves. More so, we should be ashamed of ourselves because when we finally get the opportunity to sit in seats, we do some egregious behaviors like we lie, cheat, and we steal. Um, if you Google people who have had elected seats who look like us, we have no business going to jail. None. And it seems like we're so comfortable with that. We have no business being involved in behaviors or slick issues that we think that if we commit something falsely that we won't get caught. And then if we do get caught, rather than admit and quit, we play victim and tick for tack. And it's not even about that. You should be ashamed of yourself. Mind my business, I'm going to mind your business. Tell a lie on me, I'm going to tell the truth on you. Talk about me in private, y'all know what I say, I damn sure will talk about you in public. These are man made seats with a temporary title. It's a competitive race. Nothing belongs to you. Run your race. Run your race. Run your damn race. And stay out of people's face. You become too personal. It's not about that. Not about that. Not about that. This is not a game for bootlickers wannabes, and do nothings. Run your race. This is a job for people who have humility and grace. Brown, 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 that damn brown on Cleveland. So let me say this again to those who love to drag and drag and drag and drag and drag me. Let's be clear. So you can hear Kimberly Brown ran for mayor and I lost. Showed up did. Kimberly Brown ran for council person of Cleveland, Ward 1 against 𝗧𝗓𝗃. I lost. Showed enough did. Write this down. Kimberly Brown ran for councilwoman of Cleveland, Ward 1 against Joe Jones. Kimberly Brown lost. I did. You ain't got to mind my business. I'm transparent. All you got to do is ask me, and I'll tell you. Brown, brown, brown. That down brown on Cleveland. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. I'm going to say this to you. If you don't know, then you need to go for show, or somebody to show you the door. Stop all them lies out there. Crybaby. Yeah, we got too many crybabies out here, y'all. Everybody get them some business, because November 4th is coming up. Woo. And let me tell y'all this. Make sure y'all behave. Don't talk to your opponents whatsoever. Don't even look at them. Don't say nothing. Trust me when I tell you this, because I got a battle to fight. Sure enough, it's just what it is. Brown, brown, brown. Brown, brown, brown. That damn brown on Cleveland. You guys have a great evening. Oh, don't forget, I'm in a fashion show tomorrow. Walking the runway. Showed up. Got my clothes ready. I'm ready to slay that runway. So listen, as I always say, listen, talk about me in private. I'll talk about you in public. Allow me, I'll tell the truth on you. Mind my business. I'm damn sure gonna mind your business. And thank you guys for allowing me to, talk to you this evening. And as always, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A star, baby. You don't have to be a star to be on this show. You don't have to be a star, but you better be bold. Now go tell somebody I said this. Shake your pom-poms. Shake your pom-poms. Shake your pom-poms, damn it. Kim Brown lost not one, not two, but 3 damn times. Stop dragging me. Ask me a question. Brown, brown, brown. That damn brown on Cleveland.